In the last several decades, we've had a number of setbacks for the cause of religious freedom. In many court cases, religious freedom has been restricted in one way or another. And as some would say, the courts too often have tried to remove God and faith from the public square.
You know, religious liberty is described as the first freedom. And I think if we don't get that right, that in some way the American experiment will have failed. But it would be hard, I think, to talk about the last quarter century of American law without talking about Leonard.
Leonard, particularly with his leadership in the Federalist Society, his leadership in the judicial selection process, has done very much to provide a counterforce and to promote the idea of protecting religious liberty through protecting the Constitution.
I think Leonard is driven by a profound belief that freedom of religion, conscience, and belief is a bedrock right. That all the other precious liberties that we value and cherish as we should, to some degree flow from a protection and a vigilant protection of this very basic right.
There are a lot of temptations in our society today to back off Christian principles, or really any principles, in order to promote oneself. One thing that's very clearly the character of Leonard Leo is his commitment to be faithful to what he believes, as well as to be effective in a political sense in our society.
He's dynamic. He's intuitive. He's analytical. He's intellectually curious. And he doesn't take no for an answer when he's fighting for a cause, fighting for his family, or fighting for his friends.
He's played a role in helping to strengthen, if you will, the intellectual framework around the way we talk about international religious freedom.
Leonard's created not just an organization, but a movement that has created a bench of justices that will adhere to the principles of the American experiment, I think, with greater fidelity.
Without leaders, we tend to flounder, and one of the things that's very characteristic of Leonard Leo is his courageous leadership.
One of the most important things you can say about anybody, that they live their beliefs. That can be said about Leonard, and that's quite a compliment.
He has had a great impact on this country to the tune of hundreds of thousands of lives.
For what he has done for the cause of protecting the Constitution and religious liberty, he's certainly very deserving of this award.
Well, I hope that my legacy is my children. I fight for freedom of religion because those are the things that are going to give my children kinds of virtue a good society needs. That's our legacy. There's only so much we as an individual can do, but we pass on to our children, and what they pass on to their children, that's what continues our country's purpose. It's what makes our country continue to be a shining city on the hill.